The fast pace of Urzikstan often pressured players into making mistakes. I suffered a lot of misery, and some of it was my own doing. Hey. Sometimes I didn't use my eyes. Sometimes I tried using my eyes and it still didn't help. No way. No way. And sometimes my eyes weren't even part of the problem. But like so many fans, I had been tempted by what the return of Verdansk was offering. We were getting away from cracked out Omni movement and a watered down resurgent style battle royale that only served the professional demons, and instead we were being given a whiff of something else. Not just the chance that normal gamers could start enjoying the game again, but even better, perhaps there was a chance of starting to get some wins. The game had a whole swathe of changes designed to make for a more level playing field. We now had a super quick time to kill, which it turns out can work both ways. And although in theory this would also help mouse and keyboard players, I found out that with a low TTK, aim assist could be just as punishing in the hands of those that knew how to use it. In short, I wasn't getting anywhere. But I was determined to change that. I didn't want Verdansk to be a case of the same experience, different map. And so I set myself a challenge. As a mouse and keyboard player, I was going to coach myself to a win inside of 15 games. The game plan. If I wanted to get more serious about getting a win, I needed to come up with some sort of game plan on how to do it. At first, I jotted down all the feedback I'd been given on social media, but it quickly became apparent that this wasn't going to be too helpful. So, throwing that in the bin, I started to come up with my own plan. Combining the years of my own experience playing the game with the thousands of hours of gameplays I'd watched on YouTube by the creators that seemed to make it look all too easy. The definition of insanity is to repeat the same thing over and over and expect a different result. And as I don't think I'm going mad just yet, I ensured I set some milestones I wanted to progress to on my road to victory. I'd attempt to reach each one and more consistently, hopefully getting closer and closer each time to the Holy Grail. That dub. Session 1. It turned out that I didn't even need to get my boots on the ground to realise things would need adjustment. One of the first changes in Verdansk you better get used to quickly is that we've got parachute gunfights again. And these seem to be present in almost every game for me.
Oh, we're doing this again.
I quickly settled into the new mindset of ratting my way around the map silently and only taking fights when I was in a position of strength. And perhaps, having some beginner's luck in my first game, I netted 10 kills and a 4th place that ended in quarry. But things were about to bounce back in game 2. Having made it out the gulag, recovered all my gear, and being sensibly on my way to a better position for that run into the eventual final circle, I was suckered in by 2 guys having fun, chasing each other around in LTVs. I had an inferior vehicle, but the fear of missing out was just too much. Let me play. I have no regrets about getting involved, but all that noise did attract a lot of attention. Watching back, I still can't figure out if it was a 4th, or maybe even a 5th party that sniped me.
I mean, this is fun, man.
Oh! But game 2 was over.
Good shot. Fair play. Legit. I don't even hate that. I don't even hate that because it was part of a kind of a fun experience. GG.
In game 3, I took on board my previous learning, making a beeline down towards what would inevitably yet another contested scav in zone. I took heed of priorities 1 and 2. Land safe, get a gun. This served me well and I was rewarded with a legendary PPSH out of a ginger crate. I fought to clear the space and win my scav.
That's a bad push by that dude.
I bet Jetlag felt sick as I tricked him with the old window break misdirection, and the ground loot HDR showing that this returning great needed to be shown respect.
Let's get loady.
In fact, the Verdansk Board of Health had listed it as the #1 cause of death in Season 3. Completing my scav, I called in a loadout which once again attracted thirsty attention. But Verdansk BR is so punishing. And one slip up from me by failing to execute a slide properly put me back in the goose. My gun wouldn't fire. It took forever to get out and start shooting. GS45. Just the worst. Yeah, buddy. Fortunately, my opponent was the one person in Verdansk seemingly less capable than me of hitting their shots with a pistol. And once again, we pushed on, with 4 kills and 69 players left. The small grace was that I'd been assassinated with such speed that my loadout was still there next to the chalk outline of my body. Having cleared the area with a drone, I also grabbed my 8 attachment AMAX sniper support.
I'm in business.
I was once again well on my way with a regain, and as part of the game plan, I had to learn from my mistakes. This time, I would make sure I didn't get suckered into any silly frolics. I had a game to win. I executed the game plan with the patience of a monk, prioritising position over kills, but what I was finding out was that kills come naturally with good positioning when paying attention to the gas.
I nearly bottled that. Oh, I've got the 45 round mag. I was getting twitchy because I thought I had my 30 round mag, which is a trade-off. The game plan meant at this point I should have been positioning for an optimal route in towards the final circle. Oh man. Okay, looks like we're doing it. But we've lost redeployed drones for flying around the map, and while vehicles were an absolute guaranteed death not so long ago, they're now a much safer option. So rather than take a long jog that'd be nearly as risky as crossing the airport runway, I opted for a buggy, but getting out at the edge of the congested streets. Without a trophy, you're only ever 1 C4 away from defeat. Nobody on the roofs, that's good. Right, so we've just got somebody in this building, which I probably could have predicted.
Unlike a UAV, a recon drone never lies about where enemy players are hidden, and I was able to use this to good effect as I continued clearing a safe path for myself.
Happy days.
Their AMAX made light work of double square rows, but they made it into the gulag with just moments to spare. I opted to pop my UAV to give some safety while making an uber-wide run around the outside of the map, using the roadside wall for cover from the power position at Monument that was looking down upon me.
I'm just going to sit here, you know. This is super campy. I don't care.
Moving purposefully, I scanned the surroundings, awaiting a gunfight from any nook or cranny, any crest or bush. However, I was instead met with a sleepy marmot emerging from its winter burrow.
Come in from there, I think. Oh. Happy days.
I gladly performed the required pest control, only to almost fall victim to one of the oldest tricks in the book. I was learning, but clearly not everything. At least not quickly enough. After a failed attempt at a third party, I really was potentially moments from victory. I knew where everyone was,
4 left.
And as long as I maintained awareness on the enemy holding the superior position at Monument, this was surely mine to lose.
1, 2, 3. Oh, right, okay. Use the wall, bit of cover. Happy days. One v one.
Square had escaped the gulag, intelligently taking their position up early and managed to hold it.
I'm just loving the tactics. The tactics is so back in it again. Everyone's just playing different. It feels like it used to. And the end game shouldn't feel any different, and I don't know why it is, but it just feels different. My heart is pounding, and I died, and I didn't win, but that was another cracking game. Just felt like it meant something. And if and when I finally get this win, oh man, it's going to be so good.
I came away happy. Happy from a second place. I should have been tearing my hair out with my blood boiling, but instead, I was joyed at how well the games were going by following the game plan. I thought it really was happening. Verdansk is different. Maybe I can be a winner again in Verdansk. Unfortunately, I won't come quite as close again in this first session. I chalked up a 34th place with just 3 kills in game 4.
Where's this green dude going? Oh, he is there. I'm going to scare him, knock him off. Or he's just going to sit there and I'm going to run him over.
Having been buoyed by my near success and the ease with which I ran over some human vegetation, I got far too confident and walked into an accurate volley of PPSH fire.
Oh, gunned. Fair play, Fran.
I played game 5 much more cautiously, but it was just generally a challenging game.
Level 723, max prestige.
From the Giga Sweats I shared the lobby with, to the low-level account with 6 cents wielding an AK like it was an extension of their own body.
No! Absolutely gunned by the level 8. See, does he have high alert?
My only success in this game coming in the form of revenge on the level 18 that had consigned me to the gulag.
One hit. Dead.
One place that does give me confidence when using mouse and key is when sniping. Oh, it does make me happy. I stuck with a plan, reaching the final 20.
Uh-oh. Oh, you...
Only to get stuck on a phone mast and once again die by some OG Verdansk chaos.
I was... Fair play. GG.
It had been a good crack, and I finished the first session having made the last 50 in every game, the last 25 in most, and even scoring 2 top 10s. I was confident that if I only continued to build on this in my next session, a win was coming. Session 2. Things couldn't have been any more different the very next day. I chased parachute battle kills, but failed. During my first fight on the ground, my own operator got precious about a smoke I'd thrown and attempted to waft it away mid-gunfight, leaving me fighting one-handed.
Why? What was that weird animation?
My gunny was off, and I failed to track aim assist toting demons. Remember what I said earlier about when people know how to use it? They don't miss a bullet.
I missed all my shots.
I did manage to inflict the fastest death on a player that Verdansk has possibly ever seen.
Oh! That was a quick kill. That was brutal. That was brutal.
I don't know if this was the opposite side of the dodgy network connectivity, but all I did know that was, man, I did not want to be that dude. While attempting to remain confident in battle, the simple fact was, I was struggling. Game 6 concluded in 27th place with just 2 kills. Game 7 started even worse. I had been briefly distracted by the in-game event that rewarded opening safes with a shiny operator blueprint. Even if I'd been fully locked in, I don't think I could have done much to save myself from the insane gunny that was put upon me by the level 284 Master Prestige.
Oh yeah, what a heady. What a heady. Oh my days. The shot on that dude. Come on, stick your head out again.
I went for what I hoped was a quiet regain at Prison Outer Zone. Only to encounter multiple gunfights against a backdrop of incoming gas. I didn't feel like I could have done too much differently there either, but a 75th place finish with 3 kills was clearly not maintaining the momentum from the day before.
Just here. No.
A Verdansk Chaos had something to say once more as I chalked up my first duck in Game 8. 0 kills on the board, and my first finish outside of the top 100. Oh, you are joking! Aye. It would have been easy to blame the game, but I instead looked at myself and thought I'd go and take a little warm-up. I felt my anger rising as I joined a typically difficult game of multiplayer, ultimately failing to turn around the fortunes of my mismatched team, but I had at least properly got my eye in and was ready for beams against the sweats. I was pumped.
And another. I'll take you all on. Well, they aim so well anyway.
Weirdly, Game 9 was an absolute bust, but offered some good entertainment at least.
TTV match ad player. That's funny. I like that.
In the Gulag, I took the time to appreciate the comedy of some people's names before enjoying the comedy of some of the rare in-game comms.
The GS45. Pumpkin Elm.
He's camping it. Where he pops Smite, get him.
GG's.
You suck.
Before then encountering a rare Eastern Verdansk loadout snake sprawled out prone at a buy station.
Right. Is that person? What the? I was like, no way is that a person.
That game ended with a very different legendary PPSH build to the decent one I found earlier, and all of a sudden it was feeling a lot more like I was back in Urzikstan. I couldn't see a sausage as I blind fired into a dark corner, while a level 380 Master Prestige expertly disintegrated me, not missing a single bullet with 2 bursts out of his loadout growl. Fair play. After going 51st with 3 kills, and then 84th with 1 kill in games 9 and 10, I was looking for answers. The plan wasn't working, and I needed to change things up. Possibly from abject desperation. Possibly from Steam being as much use as a chocolate teapot. Probably due to both of the above. I switched over to Battle.net for the first time since Verdansk had dropped.
Genuinely don't know what's going on with my game at the minute.
Switching all graphics settings to Ultra Potato mode to maximise the chances of some good in-game performance. I was attempting to remove every variable possible from the equation and let the game plan do its thing.
This guy's got a gun. He's now going to gun me.
I once again took on a safe cracking side mission, only to be run at by some dude presumably wearing ballerina slippers.
Oh.
No, that was the safe I need for sake. I say that because audio has been drastically improved. No, I had no audio cue whatsoever until it was far too late. Game 11 done, 0 kills, and 0 hope that this challenge was getting achieved today. If even at all. Game 12. An ominous familiar start. Is that a safe? There's a safe! If you were superstitious, the bad omens of losing a parachute pistol battle would perhaps be overturned as I finally completed the event. Hooray! Alas, no rare operator skin, but also no more distraction attempting to open safes in this silly challenge.
Event complete. Got the Cali sticks. Not that I'm ever going to use the Cali sticks. You've got to be a disgusting creature to use those things. If you tell me you use Cali sticks, I am going to judge you. There's another one. It's like buses, isn't it? Nothing, and then 2 come along at once.
Okay, well, I mean, if you're going to put another one just there. The ground loot HDR was doing work,
Ooh.
and I was having similar luck once I had my loadout. Ooh!
Dirty.
Against the rub of the green, could this be the one?
Dirty. Love it.
I tossed the opponent's guns into the long grass to improve my chances of him not shooting me in the back after coming back from the gulag. I thought this was a legit thing to do within the spirit of competition, but perhaps the Warzone gods thought this was unsportsmanlike, because once again they messed with me.
Where's my sniper rifle gone?
Multiple weapon faffs meant I had to buy a 3rd loadout to get my sniper rifle back. Although not everything was going smoothly, At least I was landing my shots for the first time this session. Ooh. Oh, you... Yeah, baby. I held my own, fending off a roof sniper. And with only 7 enemies left, it was getting nervous. No, mate. Unfortunately, it had been getting too nervous. I missed an important couple of shots, and with margins this tight, that's all it takes. It had been a grueling session, and I was fast running out of chances to get my win inside of the 15 games that I'd challenged myself to. Game 13. Just one more.
Yeah, I'm gone, mate. I'm not dropping. The audio is weird, isn't it? Yay, my first parachute kill.
Managing to score my first parachute kill of Verdansk couldn't have been a bad sign in this lucky game number 13. While attempting to complete the scav that I picked up off the rip, I peppered a fleeing enemy with a ground loot feng. With an HDR on my loadout AMAX, I'm confident I'd have finished the job, but perhaps this was this guy's chance for a bit of luck too. Contract complete. Self-res and baby monitor equipped, I went bounty hunting. I was interested in the kill, but I was more interested in a cash I'd get to stick to step number 7 of the plan, keeping UAVs going.
Oh, are they on that roof? Is that person there? No. Oh, they're going wide.
The bounty kept pushing wide, so I went to head them off as they scurried for the next zone.
I could take this roof here, that's a good one to hold them on. Yeah, baby. Not my bounty, though. Oh, my days. They're doing a... They're doing a thing. Now, I'm going to do the smart thing. I'm going to get up on this roof. I'm going to hold them from this roof. That's the smart play. Players are rewarded by being smart in Verdansk. Not by just trying to gun everyone.
It took an age to get up the stairs, and an enemy nearly slipped past me.
Oh, my days. Ah, that's such a choke. The bullet velocity on this AMAX wasn't good then, was it? Is he plating? We got him. Crikey, I made that hard work though, didn't I?
Despite me still clearly not properly bedding in on my new go-to loadout, I eventually got the job done. It was messy, but I'd take wins any way I could get them at this point.
Where's my flipping sniper rifle?
Continuing the game plan, I picked up the free loadout for my 8 attachment AMAX. I picked up yet another bounty, and I set off to keep that cash flow going for more UAVs. With my ghillie suit and HDR, I preferred to keep the fight at range.
They're just in there somewhere, aren't they?
But time wasn't on my side.
Let's take this closer. I'm not letting another bounty get away. They have got a wagon there, that's the only thing.
Damn it. I abandoned this endeavour, and after stalking through the Verdansk hillside, I came across my next area of interest. Hotel.
I'd expect there to be somebody sat up on top of that building.
And from the days of OG Verdansk, I knew to be wary.
Nothing on the heartbeat.
Contract complete. All supply boxes secured.
Requesting recon flyover.
There is somebody up there. I flipping knew it. But like, what's the play here? Other than creeping. There's no way I'm going to creep up on this guy, is there?
Thanks for the work. UAV overflight terminated.
I am just going to try and creep up on this dude.
Moving in. New safe zone located.
I've not got cold-blooded, so I would show up on a heartbeat. But I won't show up on a UAV. Brill.
Gas is closing in.
Yeah, baby.
Incoming.
Nearly. That second shock charge nearly meant I didn't have the bullets to have them. I need smokes. Got money. I could buy a... No, I'm not going down there. I want the ammo. Cool. Should we go for... In fact, I've got a UAV.
Requesting recon overhead.
Holy moly. Somebody in that building.
Moving here.
Right, so there's somebody here.
To my mark.
I could get another UAV. I'm not going to do this, I think. Ooh, I missed my snipe, but the AMAX did the business. Right, and now anybody I kill
Fighting in the gulag.
isn't coming back. Ah, so that guy could come back. I didn't remember that. That happened to me the other game.
With another couple of hurdles down, I was approaching the final 10. But using the UAV and map, I was able to see how people were already posted up in what was looking like a congested circle.
1, 2, 3. So quite a few in final zone already.
I instead
Uh-oh.
chose to try and clear my sector of the outer zone to give myself some breathing space. With the gulag closed, any mistakes at this point would mean the end. My heart rate started to increase as adrenaline levels started to build. Would the nerves once again get to me?
Can't see the dude. There's definitely someone in there. Just going to take this super slow. I would never ever normally do this. He's literally 56 meters. Are we up on the thing?
Gas is closing in. Get to the new safe zone.
In that back corner.
What?
Absolutely missed my chance there.
Gas is inbound. Enemy UAV overhead.
After that muddled encounter, I surely won't get any more chances.
Disgusting.
Squad is tracking your location.
Go in this building like there's somebody in it. Right, it's clear. Last 5. Put the UAV up. So we got
Moving in.
2 over there, me, 2 unknowns. I do need to go around to my left, don't I, I think.
I had followed the game plan perfectly, and I had picked a smart route towards the zone. But now, it was time to take up a final position. This was it. The last 5. I needed to maintain calm. I needed to land my shots.
TACOM, we're flying on
No mistakes.
turning to tank.
40 meters away.
Gas is moving.
That's a good play.
Solid work evading the enemy. You're clear for now.
Don't take all the gunfights. Don't need to take all the gunfights. Just need to survive. Don't be a hero. Just survive. One v 1v1. Where are they? 1v1.
Got gas moving in.
This place is... Sugar. They're there. Yeah, buddy! Come on! Oh my days! Yes! Oh! Against the not roast skin, against the dark noir. Feels even better. Oh. Get in. Oh, the game started slow, but it soon ramped up. He wins with the loadout in my loadout video that I promised I'd be using, and wearing my old school ghillie suit. GG's.
And if you missed that loadout video featuring all the best AR and sniper options for Verdansk, including all the new guns, then you can check it out here.